If everyone can make their way to their seats, we're going to begin in 1 minute. It is time to begin to hear from our leader, Mike Schreiner. Yeah, so if you can find your seat as soon as possible, we're ready to move on to the next event for today. Thank you. We're looking for everyone to be in their seats now. We'd like to begin. Thank you, Peter. Hey, look at that. The touch, the gentle touch of a spoon to a glass. And the room is quiet. A few more people trickling in. If we can move towards our seats, we're about to begin. We're all set and ready to go.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think we're about to get started. My name is Matt Richter. I am the candidate of record up in Parry Sound, Muskoka. Thank you for that. I have the true honor of introducing our leader, Mike Schreiner, leader of the Ontario Green Party. Mike Schreiner, Mike, you are obviously more than just a leader. You are a mentor. You are a friend. And over these years, it has been an absolute privilege to watch you grow as a leader since you were first nominated and elected as leader of the Ontario Green Party back in 2009 at the London AGM. So that is commitment and dedication. And from 1 year to the next, we have just seen the Ontario Green Party resonate more and more with everybody in Ontario. Three key words, values, honesty, dedication, integrity, are so near and dear to his heart, and it's infused into all of us, I believe, as well as candidates, volunteers, and so forth. And we know his commitment is there when he shows up, not just in his riding, but all of our ridings, being there, engaging with volunteers, engaging with the people of our communities. It is so special to have a leader in Mike that gives himself so much. And you know, he has given himself to Guelph, as we are aware of. And it started when he just missed out in 2014. Just under 20%. It was a commitment, it was a dedication, and it captured the hearts of Guelph. And Mike, that was an incredible result. That being said, back in 2014, I also appreciate, Mike, that you don't mind the gentle rubbing and a little banter back and forth from us up in Parry Sound, Muskoka, because there was one riding and one candidate that just got a little bit more of the vote than you did in 2014. But he showed us how to get it done, and he became the first ever Ontario Green elected in our history in 2018, and he did it again in 2022. We know Guelph loves Mike. We also know Ontario loves Mike. During this past election, I was in a very remote village in my riding. So remote that if you went to one corner of our riding, it's quicker to drive to Hamilton to this village that's near North Bay. And here we were in Restoule, went into a little village store, and in walked, just a couple, but they had a University of Guelph shirt on, and they saw our Green Party shirt. Like, you're the Green Party? We know Mike. Mike's awesome. Mike's incredible. We love Mike. I'm like, you're in our riding. Come on, what's going on here? But there we were in the middle of nowhere, and Mike was still capturing and maintaining the flow of momentum, the flow of hype, the flow of doing politics better. Mike, you have not only legitimized the Ontario Green Party message for all of us, you have legitimized the Ontario Green Party for all of Ontario. You have made tackling the mental health crisis, the housing crisis, the climate crisis with meaningful solutions in such a way that we aren't just a party that is doing well, we are the envy of all parties in the political scene, and that is because of Mike Schreiner, everyone. Mike Schreiner, everyone, there is no chance we would all be where we are today if it weren't for the guidance and leadership of Mike Schreiner. Everybody, please give me a hand in joining a rousing applause in introducing Mike. Mike Schreiner, give it up.
Oh, merci beaucoup. Very nice. Bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue au Congrès du Parti vert de l'Ontario. C'est bon de vous voir en personne. I can't tell you how much and how excited I am to see all of you in person for the first time since 2019. We have a lot of catching up to do, eh? But before we do that, I want to acknowledge my gratitude for the opportunity to meet on this land, which since time immemorial has been the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. The Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat. Toronto is home to many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis peoples. It is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and by the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississauga and Chippewa nations. And I want to say that we are all treaty people, and we have a duty and an obligation to honor those treaties. And I want to just reaffirm the Ontario Green Party's steadfast commitment to the truth and reconciliation process as a vital part of dismantling colonialism and systemic racism in this province. As I look around this room today, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone in this room and across the province who have worked so hard to make the 2022 election the most successful election in Ontario Green's history. I want to thank you for the work you did in the days and the months and the years leading up to that campaign. And I have a few things to say about the 22 election campaign. I want to say it once again. This is the most outstanding campaign the Ontario Greens have ever run. With an outstanding campaign team, an amazing group of candidates, and some profoundly committed and passionate volunteers, supporters, and donors. Personally, it was an honor to be a part of this team and to lead this team in the 2022 election. I couldn't be more proud of our candidates, our staff, our supporters, our volunteers, and all the voters who supported the Ontario Greens in this election. I know that this election, the results from it did not reflect the time, the work, the commitment, and the heart and soul that each and every one of you put into it. We still only have one seat. And I know that many of you share in my disappointment that we did not win our second seat. I understand your disappointment in a potential unfulfilled, especially in Parry Sound, Muskoka, where Matt Richter and his team came so close. And as your leader, I take responsibility for that disappointment. I think about it each and every day. I think about what I have to do to be better, what we have to do better. But I also want to be absolutely clear to everyone in this room and everyone listening online that I am not discouraged. Every day, I think about what this party is accomplishing, the difference we are making, the progress we have made, and we will continue to make. And when I look back on what we did achieve during this campaign, I'm so proud. There are so many reasons to believe in the importance of our work. We are making a difference. We are making Ontario a better place. And we must keep working hard to push forward to ensure that this province is climate ready, that our healthcare system, our schools, our economy, our infrastructure, our communities, our way of life is ready for the coming climate crisis that is here. And we have a special responsibility as Greens to ensure that this province does everything it can to be ready for the new climate economy and the coming climate crisis, so we can maintain our quality of life today and for generations to come. So yes, it was disappointing not to win in Parry Sound, Muskoka, but it also says a lot about how close we came. It says a lot about Matt and his team, how they doubled their vote, how they came within a few percentage points of defeating a Conservative candidate in a blue-chip Tory riding. They put together an outstanding campaign team, signed up tons of volunteers, mobilized people and communities across the riding, and each and every one of us in every CA and in every community in Ontario can learn from their campaign about how to win, how to build a winning Green campaign, and especially about how important it is to mobilize your neighbors, your friends, your family, your community to build the Ontario we want. So I want to say to Matt and your entire team, how deeply and profoundly proud of you we are. You know, Matt, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of all the candidates in every riding in this province. We ran the most diverse, accomplished, outstanding slate of candidates in the Ontario Green Party's history. And I'm so proud of everything that each and every one of you accomplished. And I'd like to give a special shout out to our two deputy leaders, Abhijit Mane and Toronto's newest city councillor, Diane Sachs. I want to especially thank our deputy leaders for doing double duty, not only running in their own riding, but helping me in supporting ridings across the province. So thank you for your dedication and your commitment. I also want to give a special shout out to our campaign team. And I want to give a special thank you to our extraordinary campaign chair, Becky Smith. I just want to personally thank Becky for guiding me over the last 13 years and helping me be the person and the politician who I am. And as I said last night, Becky Smith is the heart and soul of this party. She has helped build it into the political force it is in Ontario today. And for that, I will be forever grateful. In this campaign, Becky led the most impressive campaign team we've ever put together. We raised more money than we've ever raised. We hired more staff than we've ever hired. We traveled to more places and organized more campaign events than ever before. We held more press conferences and had more posts on social media than I thought was imaginable. As a matter of fact, we even trended on Twitter for a while. We led on so many issues, from housing to mental health, to doubling ODSP rates, to climate action. And I can't quite recall a campaign ever like this one, where we saw in real time other parties literally changing and updating their platforms in real time to try to keep up with the leadership of the Ontario Greens. And so as a result, I'm proud to say that even in an election with depressingly low voter turnout, we were the only party that saw our vote total go up in this election, and we should be proud of that. On a personal note, I just want to say to my team in Guelph, thank you for your amazing work. To my neighbors in Guelph, thank you for your trust in me. It has been an honor and a privilege to be your voice at Queen's Park, and it is an honor and a privilege to be the voice of so many Greens across this province in our provincial legislature. Greens will continue to lead the charge at Queen's Park on the issues that matter most. Addressing the housing affordability crisis, pushing to build more homes that people can actually afford to live in without paving over the farmland that feeds us and the wetlands and nature that protects us, without forcing people into long, expensive, soul-crushing commutes, and by pushing the Ford government to end legislative poverty in this province by doubling social assistance rates. Addressing the rising costs of food by pushing the government to take on the retail concentration in our grocery markets that's harming consumers and local farmers and processors. Two, we will push for urgent climate action now. Opposing the Ford government's chaotic energy policies that will ramp up climate pollution in our electricity sector by ramping up gas plants. Instead, we will push for energy efficiency and conservation programs to help people and businesses save money by saving energy. We will fight against the Ford government's war on climate solutions by pushing to roll out renewable energy, wind, solar, water power, and storage to power our homes and businesses as we move forward in the 21st century. And we will push for nature-based solutions that protect the farmland that feeds us, the nature that defends us, in the places that so many of us love in this province. Our third priority is to push for investments in healthcare, including mental health and addiction services, education, and better public services, instead of wasting billions on destructive greenbelt highways. People want health care, not highways. They want farmland, not freeways. And so everywhere you look in this province, everywhere you look in Doug Ford's Ontario, there seems to be a crisis. ERs closing. Schools on the brink of experiencing another year of job action. Rents going through the roof. A whole generation of young people wondering if they'll ever be able to afford a home. Climate pollution going up, not down. The list goes on, and Greens are ready to fight and be a strong voice holding this government accountable at Queen's Park. Nous avons une excellente équipe à Queen's Park, et notre voix sera entendue à Queen's Park. We will work hard. We will work hard to be a strong voice in the legislature. And that is why we are going to stand up for students by supporting educators. That is, yeah, go ahead, please. That is why we are going to demand better for patients by supporting nurses and frontline healthcare workers. That is why we are going to stand up and support young people who want an affordable place to live in the community they want to live in. That is why we are going to work so hard to improve the lives of people with disabilities by ending legislated poverty in this province. We will be there for people struggling with mental health issues by pushing to support hiring more community-based mental health providers and ensuring that mental health services are available through OHIP. And as the window to keeping global heating at 1.5 degrees Celsius closes, we will be relentless in demanding climate action now. And so I want to say to my children and all the young people in this province, I've dedicated my life to fighting for you to have a stable climate and a bright future. And I will never give up that fight. But I want to be honest with all of you. I want to be really honest that words alone, debate in the legislature alone, news conferences alone will not stop Doug Ford. That is the reality we face. We have got our work cut out for us. And that is why we are organizing on the ground, engaging, mobilizing, and motivating people to push back against the worst excesses of the Ford government. As we speak, our team right now is working on a campaign to inform the people of this province that the housing legislation that the Ford government put forward this week is underwhelming on supply, missing in action on affordability, and downright dangerous in its attacks on environmental protections. I'm going to need your help. We're going to need your help. We're going to need you to do more than you've done in the past. We're good. We're good as a party when it comes to grassroots policy development. We have to ramp up grassroots organizing right now to push back against this government, because the only thing that's going to slow it down is people power, and the people power is in this room. We're going to be running days of action. We're going to be running campaigns to engage and mobilize people in our communities to fight back against what this government has done. On October 1st, I was so proud of our team working with environmental organizations and community organizations to organize a harvest walk where hundreds of people showed up to say no to building Highway 413. And I want to be clear, we went about it in a way that I don't think any other party would do it. We actively worked on cross-party cooperation, trying to get all the opposition parties to work together, because we're a party that does politics differently. We're a party that's going to put people before partisan political interests, and that is how we're going to keep fighting on the ground in communities across this province. We simply can't allow partisan politics to get in the way of protecting people in the places we love in Ontario. We can't let it get in the way of stopping this government from paving over 2,000 acres of farmland, unleashing sprawl on thousands of additional acres of farmland, destroying 65 wetlands, paving over 400 acres of the Greenbelt, also a handful of wealthy speculators can turn millions into billions. So the next election, 1,314 days away. And I can tell you, and I hope you're with me, we cannot allow Doug Ford to spend the next 1,300 days disrespecting nurses and frontline healthcare workers, disrespecting teachers and educators without a fight. We can't let him force people with disabilities to live in legislated poverty. We can't let him to continue to declare war on climate solutions. So I'm going to be spending the next 1,314 days organizing, organizing, and organizing. Are you with me? Yeah! Okay, I want to see you out there on the ground, engaging, organizing, mobilizing, motivating your neighbors, your friends, your family, your colleagues, the people in your community to sign petitions, to sign up for door knocking, to make phone calls, to put up Stop 413 signs. I want to see you on the ground because we know that that's what it's going to take. You know, when Doug Ford said he was going to open the Greenbelt for development, people power pushed back and he had to backtrack. When Doug Ford said he was going to build an Amazon warehouse on the Duffins Creek wetlands, people power pushed back and Doug Ford backtracked. So we know that people power works, but it means we have to do the hard work. And so what can you do? Participate in our days of action. Mobilize people in your constituency associations to come out and be a part of those actions. Take the time and have some fun as you build your CAs to listen to people in your communities and to fight for the things that they need and want to build the community in Ontario that they want. And then provide the leadership to help engage and mobilize them to achieve it. Develop local issue campaigns that make a difference in your community. And let people know how relevant you are, that you don't just show up at election time, you show up each and every day to fight for them and their community. And finally, fundraise, fundraise, fundraise. So you have the financial resources to deliver on the issues and the campaigns that people in your community need Greens to lead on. So we simply must do everything we can in the next 1,314 days to engage, organize, and mobilize. Everything that you do each and every day over the next 1,300 days will make a difference in your community. Every phone call you make, every new member you sign up, every candidate you recruit, everyone that you inspire through your actions, through your passion, and through your commitment to stand up and fight for their community. That's what's in front of us. And if we do that each and every day between now and June of 2026, I know we will have more Green MPPs at Queen's Park for me to do the good work that we all collectively do. So thank you. Merci. Megwich. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. You're all amazing. You're all amazing.
Wow, thank you, Mike. Let's keep it going for Mike Schreiner, everybody.